When the human said, "You attacked our home." The awakening. In the distant reaches of the galaxy, beyond the known star charts of the consortium, lay a planet known as Terra. To the humans who called it home, it was a place of beauty, innovation, and relentless resilience. Despite the vastness of the universe, humans had always carried with them an unyielding sense of pride and protectiveness over their home. One fateful day, the alarm systems across Terra lit up like the dawn of 1,000 suns. An unknown fleet had entered their space, bearing weapons and malice. The Terran Defense Force scrambled to intercept, but the invaders were unlike any they had faced before. First contact. Captain Alex Mercer stood on the bridge of the TDF Valkyrie, eye-scanning the holographic display that showed the advancing fleet. The alien ships were sleek and deadly, their design unfamiliar to even the most seasoned veterans of the fleet. "Incoming transmission," announced the comms officer. The screen flickered, revealing the face of a being that seemed to be made of shimmering liquid metal. "I am Commander Zarl of the Arkan Dominion. Surrender your planet or face annihilation," the being declared, its voice a cold, metallic hiss. Captain Mercer clenched his fists. "This is Captain Mercer of the Terran Defense Force. You have made a grave mistake attacking our home. We do not surrender." The battle begins. The skies above Terra erupted in a chaotic dance of light and fire as the TDF engaged the Arkan fleet. Ships on both sides weaved through the void, exchanging volleys of plasma and laser fire. Despite their advanced technology, the Arkans found the Terran resolve unbreakable. On the ground, civilians took shelter while the planetary defense cannons roared to life, sending beams of energy into the sky. In the cities, volunteers and soldiers alike prepared for a possible invasion. A message of defiance. Amidst the chaos, a message was broadcasted from Terra to the entire galaxy. It was a simple, yet powerful statement. "You attacked our home. Now we will show you what it means to face humanity." The message resonated with other species who had faced the Arkan Dominion's tyranny. Across the galaxy, oppressed worlds began to rise, inspired by the humans' defiance. The turning tide. The Arkan Dominion, unprepared for the ferocity of the human response, began to falter. Human ships, fueled by the need to protect their loved ones and their home, fought with a determination that turned the tide of the battle. Captain Mercer, leading a daring raid, managed to breach the flagship of the Arkan fleet. In a climactic showdown, he confronted Commander Zarl. "Why do you fight so fiercely?" Zarl demanded, his form flickering with instability. "Because you attacked our home," Mercer replied, his voice steely with resolve. "And we will never stop defending it." Victory and vigilance. With the fall of their flagship, the Arkan fleet retreated, their forces in disarray. Terra had won the day, but the victory came at a great cost. Cities lay in ruins, and many brave souls had given their lives to protect their home. As the people of Terra began the arduous task of rebuilding, a new sense of unity and purpose emerged. They knew that they had made powerful enemies, and that the fight was far from over. A new dawn. In the aftermath of the battle, the Terran Defense Force began to expand, forging alliances with other species who sought freedom from the Arkan Dominion. Together, they formed the Galactic Coalition, a new force dedicated to peace and the protection of all free worlds. Captain Mercer, now an admiral, stood on the bridge of the newly commissioned TDF Eternal, gazing out at the stars. The message sent out during the darkest hour had not only saved Terra, but it sparked a movement that would change the course of history. The galaxy had learned a powerful lesson. When you attack a human's home, you awaken a force that will stop at nothing to defend it. And so, under the banner of the Galactic Coalition, humanity and its allies prepared for the challenges that lay ahead, ever vigilant, ever ready. The return of the Archons. Years passed, and the galaxy thrived under the protection of the Galactic Coalition. However, whispers of the Archon Dominion's return began to surface. Unseen and undeterred, the Archons had been rebuilding their strength in the shadows, driven by a desire for vengeance. Admiral Mercer, now a seasoned leader, received troubling reports from the outer colonies. Disappearances, raids, and sightings of unknown ships hinted at the return of their old enemy. "Prepare the fleet," Mercer ordered. "We need to be ready for whatever comes our way." The battle for Andromeda. The Archons struck swiftly and decisively, targeting the Coalition's strongholds in the Andromeda sector. The Coalition fleet, led by Admiral Mercer, mobilized to meet them head-on. The battle for Andromeda was unlike any before. The Archons had adapted, their technology more advanced and their tactics more ruthless. Yet humanity and its allies fought with a newfound purpose, their unity forged in the fires of the previous conflict. The Alliance of Species. Realizing that the Archon threat was too great for any single species to face alone, Admiral Mercer called for a summit of all Coalition members. Leaders from every corner of the galaxy gathered on Terra to discuss their strategy. "We must stand together, or we will fall alone," Mercer declared. "The Archon Dominion seeks to divide and conquer. We will show them the strength of our unity." A secret weapon. During the summit, a breakthrough was made. Coalition scientists, working in secret, had developed a new weapon capable of disabling the Archon's cloaking technology. This weapon, codenamed Lumina, was the key to turning the tide of the war. Equipped with Lumina, the Coalition fleet launched a counteroffensive, targeting Archon bases and ships with precision strikes. The Archons, caught off guard, found their advantage slipping away. The final stand. The war reached its climax at the Battle of Orion's Edge, where the Archon Dominion made its final stand. The Coalition fleet, led by Admiral Mercer, advanced with determination and hope. In the heart of the battle, Mercer faced Commander Zarl once more. The Archon leader, now desperate and cornered, fought with a ferocity born of desperation. "You cannot win," Zarl hissed. "We are eternal." "Maybe," Mercer replied, "but so is our will to fight." With a decisive blow, Mercer and his team disabled the Archon flagship, marking the end of the Dominion's reign of terror. Peace and progress. With the Archon threat neutralized, the galaxy entered a new era of peace and progress. The Coalition, strengthened by their shared victory, focused on rebuilding and exploring the mysteries of the universe. Admiral Mercer, now a legendary figure, retired from active duty but remained a guiding force in the Coalition's council. His legacy, and the legacy of those who fought alongside him, became a beacon of hope and resilience for generations to come. The legacy continues. As the years passed, new challenges arose and new heroes emerged. The spirit of humanity's defiance and determination continued to inspire the galaxy. And so the story of Terra and its defenders became a timeless tale, a reminder that no matter the odds, the heart of a united people can never be conquered. This story could go on indefinitely, with new chapters detailing further adventures, new threats, and the ever-present theme of unity and resilience in the face of adversity. Continue generating ChatGPT. Echoes of the past. Years of peace had allowed the Coalition to flourish. New alliances were forged, and technological advancements brought prosperity. However, the galaxy remained vigilant, ever watchful for signs of emerging threats. On a distant, uncharted world, a Coalition exploratory team discovered remnants of an ancient civilization. Among the ruins, they found a message encoded in a language that predated even the oldest known species. It spoke of an ancient enemy, one that had brought ruin to countless worlds before vanishing into the depths of space. The Awakening. Dr. Ilara Singh, a renowned xenolinguist, was called upon to decode the message. As she worked tirelessly, she began to piece together a chilling prophecy. The ancient enemy, known as the Harbingers, were destined to return and bring destruction once more. The Coalition's council convened to discuss the findings. Admiral Mercer, though retired, was present as an advisor. "We faced many threats," he said, "but this one feels different. We need to be prepared for anything." The Harbingers arrive. The Harbingers struck without warning, their ships appearing out of the void like specters. Entire systems fell before the Coalition could muster a response. These invaders were unlike any before, their technology and tactics defying comprehension. The Coalition fleet, led by Admiral Tessa Vallon, a protege of Mercer, engaged the Harbingers in a desperate bid to protect the core worlds. The battles were fierce and unrelenting, testing the limits of the Coalition's resolve. Allies in unlikely places. As the war raged on, a surprising ally emerged. The remnants of the Arkan Dominion, now led by a new and more reasonable leader, offered their assistance. "We have faced the Harbingers before," said Regent Thal, "and we know their weaknesses." Reluctantly, the Coalition accepted the Arkan's help. Together, they devised new strategies and weapons to counter the Harbinger threat. Old enemies became allies, united by a common cause. The search for answers. Determined to uncover the origins of the Harbingers, Dr. Singh led an expedition to the ruins of the ancient civilization. Her team discovered that the Harbingers were not invaders from another galaxy, but a creation of the ancient species, a weapon that had turned against its creators. This revelation offered a glimmer of hope. If the Harbingers had been created, perhaps they could be unmade. The battle for existence. The final battle took place in the heart of the Harbingers' territory. The Coalition fleet, bolstered by their new Arkan allies and armed with the knowledge of the ancient ruins, launched a daring assault. Admiral Vallon led the charge, her flagship at the forefront. The battle was chaotic and brutal, with losses mounting on both sides. Yet the Coalition fought with the fierce determination that had defined humanity and its allies. In the midst of the battle, a team led by Dr. Singh infiltrated the Harbinger's central command. Using the ancient knowledge they had uncovered, they initiated a sequence to disable the Harbinger's control systems. A new dawn, with their control systems disabled, the Harbingers fell into disarray. Further adventures, new threats, and the ever-present theme of unity and resilience in the face of adversity. Continue generating ChatGPT. Echoes of the past. Years of peace had allowed the Coalition to flourish. New alliances were forged, and technological advancements brought prosperity. However, the galaxy remained vigilant, ever watchful for signs of emerging threats. On a distant, uncharted world, a Coalition exploratory team discovered remnants of an ancient civilization. Among the ruins, they found a message encoded in a language that predated even the oldest known species. It spoke of an ancient enemy, one that had brought ruin to countless worlds before vanishing into the depths of space. The Awakening. Dr. Ilara Singh, a renowned xenolinguist, was called upon to decode the message. As she worked tirelessly, she began to piece together a chilling prophecy. The ancient enemy, known as the Harbingers, were destined to return and bring destruction once more. The Coalition's council convened to discuss the findings. Admiral Mercer, though retired, was present as an advisor. "We faced many threats," he said, "but this one feels different. We need to be prepared for anything." The Harbingers arrive. The Harbingers struck without warning, their ships appearing out of the void like specters. Entire systems fell before the coalition could muster a response. These invaders were unlike any before, their technology and tactics defying comprehension. The coalition fleet, led by Admiral Tessa Valen, a protege of Mercer, engaged the Harbingers in a desperate bid to protect the core worlds. The battles were fierce and unrelenting, testing the limits of the coalition's resolve. Allies in unlikely places. As the war raged on, a surprising ally emerged. The remnants of the Arkan Dominion, now led by a new and more reasonable leader, offered their assistance. "We have faced the Harbingers before," said Regent Thal, "and we know their weaknesses." Reluctantly, the coalition accepted the Arkan's help. Together, they devised new strategies and weapons to counter the Harbinger threat. Old enemies became allies, united by a common cause. The search for answers. Determined to uncover the origins of the Harbingers, Dr. Singh led an expedition to the ruins of the ancient civilization. Her team discovered that the Harbingers were not invaders from another galaxy, but a creation of the ancient species, a weapon that had turned against its creators. This revelation offered a glimmer of hope. If the Harbingers had been created, perhaps they could be unmade. The battle for existence. The final battle took place in the heart of the Harbingers' territory. The coalition fleet, bolstered by their new Arkan allies and armed with the knowledge of the ancient ruins, launched a daring assault. Admiral Valen led the charge, her flagship at the forefront. The battle was chaotic and brutal, with losses mounting on both sides. Yet the coalition fought with the fierce determination that had defined humanity and its allies. In the midst of the battle, a team led by Dr. Singh infiltrated the Harbinger's central command. Using the ancient knowledge they had uncovered, they initiated a sequence to disable the Harbinger's control systems. A new dawn, with their control systems disabled, the Harbingers fell into disarray. The coalition fleet pressed the advantage, driving the invaders back into the void from whence they came. The galaxy breathed a collective sigh of relief. The Harbinger threat had been neutralized, but the cost had been high. Worlds lay in ruins, and countless lives had been lost. Yet the spirit of unity and resilience endured. Rebuilding and renewal. The aftermath of the Harbinger War saw a renewed effort to rebuild and strengthen the coalition. Former enemies worked side by side, forging bonds that transcended past grievances. New technologies and knowledge gained from the ancient ruins propelled the galaxy into a new era of progress and exploration. Admiral Valen, now hailed as a hero, continued to lead with wisdom and courage. Dr. Singh's discoveries reshaped the understanding of the galaxy's history and its future. The Guardians of the Galaxy. The coalition established a new order of peacekeepers, known as the Guardians, to protect against future threats. This elite force, drawn from the best and brightest of all member species, became a symbol of hope and unity. Among the Guardians was a new generation of leaders, inspired by the legacy of those who had come before. They carried with them the lessons of the past, ever vigilant and ready to defend the galaxy. The quest for knowledge. Driven by a thirst for knowledge, the coalition embarked on a new mission to explore the uncharted regions of the galaxy. They sought out ancient ruins, new species, and untold mysteries, always guided by the principle of peaceful discovery. Dr. Singh, now a revered elder, continued her work, uncovering secrets that shed light on the galaxy's ancient history and its future. The eternal vigil. The galaxy remained a place of wonder and danger, but the spirit of humanity and its allies never wavered. The coalition, ever vigilant, stood as a bulwark against any who would threaten the peace. And so the story of Terra and its defenders continued, a never-ending saga of courage, unity, and resilience in the face of the unknown. The legend of the human who had said, "You attacked our home," became a timeless reminder that no matter the challenge, the heart of a united people is unconquerable. This endless tale could continue to evolve with new threats, discoveries, and heroes, always centered around the indomitable spirit of humanity and its allies. Continue generating ChatGPT. Shadows of the past. Years of peace had allowed the coalition to thrive, but not all remnants of the past had been fully eradicated. In the dark corners of the galaxy, whispers of a hidden faction began to surface. This group, known as the Voidborn, claimed to be descendants of the ancient civilization that had created the Harbingers. They believed it was their destiny to reclaim their ancestors' lost glory by any means necessary. A new threat emerges. Reports of attacks on remote colonies began to filter in. The Voidborn, armed with advanced technology and an unyielding belief in their cause, were relentless. They struck swiftly and disappeared without a trace, leaving devastation in their wake. Admiral Valen convened a meeting of the coalition's top leaders. "We face a new enemy," she said, her voice resolute. "One that believes they have a rightful claim to the galaxy. We must stop them before they become an even greater threat." The search for allies. In the face of this new threat, the coalition sought allies among the lesser-known species of the galaxy. Diplomatic envoys were sent to the enigmatic Chirans, the reclusive Lurilians, and the formidable Zarnak. The Chirans, with their unparalleled knowledge of stealth and subterfuge, offered their expertise in tracking the elusive Voidborn. The Lurilians, masters of biotechnology, provided advanced medical and healing technologies. The Zarnak, renowned for their strength and combat prowess, pledged their warriors to the coalition's cause. A dangerous mission. To gather more intelligence on the Voidborn, Admiral Valen authorized a covert mission deep into enemy territory. A team of the coalition's best operatives, including humans, Archons, Karens, Lurilians, and Zarnak, was assembled. Led by Captain Aria Holt, they embarked on a journey into the heart of the Voidborn's domain. Their mission was fraught with danger, but they managed to uncover crucial information about the Voidborn's plans and their leader, a charismatic and ruthless figure known as Archon Drax. The Siege of Solaris. With the information gathered by Captain Holt and her team, the coalition prepared for a major offensive. The Voidborn's main stronghold was located on the planet Solaris, a world rich in ancient technology. The Siege of Solaris was a battle of epic proportions. The Voidborn, fortified and prepared, fought fiercely to defend their stronghold. The coalition forces, driven by their determination to protect the galaxy, launched a multi-pronged assault. The battle within. Amidst the chaos of battle, Captain Holt and her team infiltrated the Voidborn's command center. They faced Archon Drax and his elite guards in a desperate fight. Drax, wielding ancient technology, proved to be a formidable opponent. "You cannot stop the destiny of the Voidborn," Drax declared, his voice filled with conviction. "We are not just fighting for our present, but for our future," Holt replied, her resolve unwavering. "We will protect this galaxy from any threat, no matter the cost." A shattered dream. In a climactic showdown, Holt and her team managed to defeat Drax and disable the Voidborn's defenses. The coalition fleet, seizing the opportunity, overwhelmed the remaining Voidborn forces. Solaris fell, and with it, the Voidborn's dream of dominion was shattered. The victory came at a high cost, with many lives lost and many more forever changed by the battle. Yet the coalition stood victorious, their unity and determination stronger than ever. Healing and renewal. With the threat of the Voidborn eliminated, the galaxy once again turned to the task of healing and rebuilding. New alliances were forged, and old wounds began to heal. The Coalition, ever vigilant, continued to explore the far reaches of the galaxy, seeking knowledge and fostering peace. Captain Holt, hailed as a hero, became a symbol of courage and resilience. She, along with the diverse members of her team, exemplified the strength that came from unity and cooperation. The Guardians' legacy. The Guardians, now more crucial than ever, expanded their ranks to include members from all species within the Coalition. They became the galaxy's protectors, always ready to face new challenges and ensure the safety of all. Admiral Valen, proud of the Coalition's achievements, continued to lead with wisdom and foresight. She knew that as long as they remained united, they could overcome any adversity. The endless frontier. The galaxy, vast and full of mysteries, beckoned to the explorers and dreamers of the Coalition. New worlds, new civilizations, and new challenges awaited them. With each discovery, they grew stronger, wiser, and more connected. The spirit of humanity and its allies, forged in the fires of conflict and tempered by the bonds of friendship, continued to shine brightly. As long as they held true to their values, they knew they could face whatever the future held. The story of Terra and its defenders is a never-ending tale of courage, unity, and resilience. Each new chapter brings fresh challenges and opportunities,